peer-based programs that you're involved with in Western Australia that you think are really making a difference to physical health?
There's a lot of peer-based programs. One that we've just started up in WA is the National Mental Health and Tobacco Program, which is designed for people with mental illness to help them give up smoking, and it's delivered by peer educators. So it's all about people with lived experience helping others.
Have you given up smoking?
I have, about 3 years ago now, which was really difficult.
Why do you think you were able to do it? What made it possible?
Something changed in my brain. Simple as that. I'd tried before that patches when I'd been into hospital a few times. Much to my distress, they'd banned tobacco and nicotine in hospital by that stage, so they offered me nicotine replacement, as they do for all of us when we go into hospital. Didn't really do much good though when I came out. I went straight back to the cigarettes. And when I gave up, it really was just something changed in my brain that made me not want to do it anymore.
This question of whether you should ban people who've got compulsory admissions to a psychiatric unit from smoking, it's a hot topic. What do you think?
Look, it is really difficult when you're putting people in a locked ward and taking away their cigarettes. For some people, it is just a comfort and it's all they've got. On the other hand, though, we're trying to treat mental health consumers the same as any other health consumer. So sometimes by allowing people extra allowances like that, you're actually doing the wrong thing by them long term. So even though it's difficult and horrible and there's lots of people that would disagree, I think if smoking's banned in hospital, then it's banned in hospital across the board.
Look, I think the nicotine is the most terrible of addictions. It is a very, very difficult thing to do. I've stopped 25 times. My record is 5 years. The most recent was 27 weeks.
Someone who had successfully given up alcohol because they had a problem once told me, so long as you keep trying, you never fail. And I think that's a really important message, because with a lot of these persistent health problems, it's true. We've heard earlier that there's a 20 to 25 year life expectancy gap for people with serious mental illness. So in other words, as Tim Lambert said, comparable health problems to Aboriginal people here in Australia, who are considered to be, as I understand it, some of the sickest people in the world. So we're talking a huge issue, and there's a big push at the moment in Aboriginal communities to try and quit smoking. Do you think this should be a really big focus of our advocacy to improve health?
Oh, absolutely. Simple things like the nicotine replacement therapies being affordable. For somebody who's on disability support benefits, to pay for the cigarettes is terrible. The patches, the gums are more expensive. If we're serious about wanting people to stop smoking, especially those who don't have the resources, we've got to help them. And that, at its start, is in cost.
Just to let people know, Sane Australia fact sheet has that nicotine patches are actually PBS listed for mental health consumers.
So I've written all the sorts of things that I expected people would raise today about what improves your physical health: a good relationship with your general practitioner, a group to do your exercise with, do not smoke, monitoring of the risk factors, for example, overweight, eating too much, not moving enough, reviewing the medication, support from friends, peer support, move more, eat less, family and carer support, self-respect and advocacy for yourself. We've talked about social connection, we'll talk about work in a moment, friends, and raising physical health as an issue with your doctor.
We are literally all there we're being paid to provide you with services, and you've got to ask for them. You've got to say, I deserve as good physical health as anybody else.